Hello, hello.
Hello. Hi, Gerald.
Hi, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I am doing great, and I'm glad to see we both got the memo about the color shirt
We
to wear.
did. We did.
So
It's a red kind of day.
it is. It is. I'm
Hello,
just
all
un
you beautiful beings in chat.
okay. I'm just
Welcome.
was just looking at my phone to follow chat, but I see we are live, but I haven't seen the notice pop up.
I haven't seen it either.
So
Um, we already have Tangi and Sherry in the chat.
mhm.
I think we have. Oh, yeah. There's Juno. Juno Sphere is here.
Hi,
Um,
Juno.
and we want to welcome you. Come on in. Have a seat. Grab a beverage of your choice.
hmm I am drinking coffee, and okay, notice just popped.
It did.
Um, I made some Cuban coffee, which is espresso with a little cinnamon and then sugar with it. And
Mm,
then I only use a little bit of that because that's a pretty powerful. But I
yes.
mixed it with regular coffee and then
Yeah.
whole milk.
So, well, that sounds lovely. Hi,
hmm
Pamela. How are you?
Pamela, hi.
So, we're just kind of hanging out, waiting for anyone that would like to join us to come on in. Um, we already have a question. So, when we get rolling, we already have something to look at.
Yes. Thank you,
Um,
Pamela. I like this background too. Jeffrey got that for me. It's
so,
beautiful.
it is beautiful. Hi,
I love it.
Kristen. Kristen Louise is here.
Hi, Kristen.
Angela Cardamancy Mesquite is here.
Nice.
And um, what do you have coming up, Gerald? You have
Oh, look,
some
it's Beneficial
shows or,
Tarot. Ben is here.
yes.
Beneficial Tarot.
Hi,
Yay.
Ben. Hi, Mary.
Um, okay, so Friday, and I have not made a little tag for this, but Friday, the 22nd of July at 7:30 Eastern Daylight, I am with Kevin the Healing Medium and
Yeah.
Lisa doing readings. Supposed to be doing something on Saturday with Amy, whose full name can't remember.
I want to say
And
it's Amy's Smiling Light Tarot.
yes, that's it. And then, I do these things called deck casuals.
Yes.
And I've had people who have asked me how I prepare for those. So I am on Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern. I am doing a casual about a deck casuals and how I prepare for them.
Oh.
So it's, also known as a snapshot inside TarotStache's overachieving, overcomplicating brain. Um, and then Monday afternoon, I'm a guest on Ginger Fay Tarot and Divine Musings. So looking
So
forward to that.
that will be fun.
Yes. And then on Tuesday, I'm a guest on Jonathan Daly's channel with medium Betsy Palmer. We're doing readings, and that's on Tuesday morning or Tuesday afternoon for me. And then on Tuesday night, I have a deck casual coming up on the Tarot of Feeling. I don't know if you've seen this, but and we have Andy the Wildflower, who is the deck creator,
The
will be
creator,
there.
yes.
And then Krista, Crochet Witch Tarot, and
Mhm.
then Jamie,
And
Wandering Mountain
Jamie.
Bardic Path.
Very
So
cool.
that's what's coming up. I'm really looking forward to it. I think it'll be a lot of
I
fun.
love the bags that she puts those in. Those are
I
wonderful.
know, I know, and I'm actually going to be using one of the decks for readings today. So, so
Anna Banana
everybody
is here.
know your limits and purchase responsibly.
Yes. So
So, but yeah, what do you have coming up?
I have, I believe Sunday, I have Melinda False Teeth Real Tarot is coming back Sunday afternoon. That's at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central, for the show that we missed this week. And she is bringing her sister, Michelle. So we will have
Nice.
an interesting discussion with her. Then on Tuesday next week, I have Scott Sun Scorpio Tarot coming. And that will be, I think, at 11 at this time, 11 Eastern,
Okay.
10 Central. And then next Friday, Thayer is coming back and we'll be in the afternoon, sometime in the afternoon. I don't know exactly what time.
Excellent.
I wanted to just, Anna Banana is here and Joan B is here. Let me see, there she is. Found that and then. So, yes, I think that's all I have planned so far.
Well, one time I'm going to get you on my channel. I'm going to have you on for maybe a casual where we just talk and get to know, or something like that. Stay tuned, people.
That would be lovely. I would enjoy that.
So, yeah, I would too. So, yeah, Tangi just noticed we're both matchy-matchy.
We are, and we didn't plan that at all.
No, and it was like when I got let into the stream into the studio, I was like, oh my gosh, there we are.
Right.
So it's hilarious.
We matched, so
it's hilarious. So,
well, are you ready to jump in? See, we only have one question so far. If you'd like to ask a question, if you can put it in all caps so I can see it, that would be lovely. And if I miss it, let me know.
Put some emojis around it. I've heard people doing that. That helps. So
do something to grab my attention so I'll know you're there.
For entertainment purposes only, do not make decisions based upon what we say. No. Seek professional assistance. Really.
So
Ben's in the house. So
he is.
I've got to up my game. Oh my gosh. So
it's lovely to see you, Ben. I think this is the first time I've had you in my on one of my live streams. So that's lovely.
And are you still at work, Ben? It's only 4 o'clock, but Sherry H is, when is Gerald inviting me on my channel? Well, when I get an email from you sent to TarotStache@gmail.com, we can talk about that. So there you go. Okay, question. Should I continue using the new animation app I just got, or will it be too mushy for my phone and brain to handle? Or too much, I think she said, right?
Yes, I think it's probably too much, but mushy sounds
I love
like
that.
My brain.
Yeah. All right. I will do.
Oh, Ben is still at work. Shh.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay, Tangi.
Ben, let me know if you want to Zoom later today. Ben is still at work. I love it. We'll talk quietly.
Yes, we will.
Should I continue using the new animation?
The short answer is yes. It will work out.
Should I continue using the new app? Should Tangi continue using the new app? Yeah, but you've got to give yourself some time in order to get used to it, because it's a lot of work up front with it. And once you get to it, it's going to be comfortable. It's going to actually give you some new things that you didn't know that you could do. It's going to um, it's going to it's going to energize you in a way that sort of takes you really out of your comfort zone. And there's a part of it where, okay, as I'm looking at these cards, Tangi, so take this for what it's worth. The learning curve is actually pretty steep, and it's going to make you pause a little bit, and you're gonna not necessarily be happy about it, that it's taking so long to learn. But once you learn it, it's going to give you a structure. So, once you learn it, it's going to give you a 10 of Pentacles, which means you're going to be pretty happy with it. You're going to be able to do the things that you need. But the learning of it can be exhausting. So,
That's kind of what I got, Gerald. I got that you have to take the journey and put the work in, that it's going to change. It's going to change your outlook on things. It's going to change what you can do. But the outcome, I have the 3 of Cups, the celebration. So it will be worth the work, but it may be a frustration to get it going.
Yeah. She said she has a 3-day trial, and she's wondering if she should continue it.
All right.
And I think if okay, hang on, I'm gonna ask a slightly different question.
I get that she should continue it.
Trying to go quickly so we can get the. Oh, Jane the Seeker Tarot is here, lurking and eating.
And so is Nina and
nice.
Viviani are both here as well. Hello, everyone coming in.
Okay, interesting, because I also got the 9 of, or the 10 of Pentacles again, and I also got the 9 of Wands. And this time it says, if you're not happy with it in 3 days with what you're going to learn, you might be willing to pass on it.
That's the same thing I got, because I got.
If within 3 days, if within 3 days you're not starting to feel comfortable with it, then it's going to be that type of a relationship the whole time. So, I does that help, Tangi?
I got the 3 days. You're going to be trying it out for 3 days. And if you're still having trouble with it, then let it go, because the 6 of Cups, nostalgia. So it's if you get comfortable with it in 3 days, then keep it. But if you're not comfortable, let it go.
Yeah, because Tangi, you know you.
Because you are the magician.
Yes. So, and on the bottom of my deck, I got the Page of Wands, and look how unhappy this Page of Wands is. She's like, yeah, whatever.
Yes,
Ain't doing that. So, but if you haven't been able to figure it out, download it, then move it on, find something else.
absolutely. But you know what you can work with. So, um,
Yeah, because you don't want to work so hard that it takes your creativity out of it.
exactly.
That's a bad thing.
So we have, thank you for putting
Thank you, Tangi.
the links in, Gina. So Gina and Viviani are here. Also,
Hello.
Jane the Seeker, we mentioned Jane's here. Someone else just came in,
Grun.
Groon, and okay. Hello, Groon. How are you doing?
Grun needs some joy today, she said.
Oh, Tana's here.
Twana, hi.
Groon needs some joy.
Yeah, she had mentioned that in Jane the Seeker's tarot.
Oh,
So get you
well,
some joy,
then
girl.
maybe she'll find some joy in whatever we say here.
Yeah.
So next up, I have Kristen Louise. How will
Mm.
mine and Ray's trip to Amsterdam and France go? It's really complex trip, and I'm feeling anxious and overwhelmed. And do you need anyone to come with you? Amsterdam and France sound lovely.
Do you see what she just did there? She's trying to get herself an invite. So,
Yeah, it's hot in Texas.
well, you're there. Of course, it's hot in Texas.
Oh my goodness. Flattery will get you lots of places.
Well, but if you're not flattering yourself, then come on.
That's true because I am all that.
And a bag of chips, and not that
And a
cheap
bag of chips.
store brand. You're a name brand girl. You are
There
a
you go.
name brand chip. Oh my God. What have I been doing? Oh,
Oh,
Tara living
Manasa
with
is here.
Manassas here, lurking while at work. Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
We'll be quiet for you too. Ben is also at work, so
Oh, and did you see what Ben said? I love you, Texans. Huge fan of Dallas. I want some cowboy boots.
I live in Dallas, Ben.
Okay, you just got Ben to be willing to come on your channel because you live in Dallas.
So that would be wonderful. I will send you an email, Ben.
Well, and my question is Ben, do you want those cowboy boots for you or do you want them on a cowboy?
There you go.
It's early here in the States, and so I will tone it down. Okay. All right. How will mine and Ray's trip to Amsterdam? When is the trip, Kristen Louise? I'm just curious.
When is your trip? Let's see.
It's in September, she said. Okay.
So, okay.
Okay, Kristen. Hashtag for entertainment purposes only. The right now, the overwhelming feeling and anxiousness and with the planning is really very important so that when you go, you can enjoy the time in the moment. So because what you're doing is you're dreaming about everything that you're going to see. So the challenge is to keep the Seven of Cups, and stay in wonder what you're doing, and however, be practical about what you can see in that amount of time, because there's I don't know if it makes you when I have things too planned, that makes me nervous. But when I have them planned just enough, it feels comfortable and it feels relaxed. I can go on that adventure. So really know your limits. And it feels like you might want to consider, if you have three options when you're in a town, make sure that you understand what the options are and you're in priority. I would rather do this than that. So here are my top three things, so that you can, in that moment, you can go and write them down, Kristen. Here's what I want to do. I want to do this. And so the opportunity to do that. I feel like I'm talking too much. Ray wants to see all the things, every Vincent Van Gogh, Nick, and Cranny. Well, you know what? Ray can see all of those things. You don't necessarily have to go with him. If you need a break, you can, you pick one place and then he can go off and do these other things. And I do realize, Kristen, that part of it is you want to experience this together. I get that. And you and Ray have been together for a long time. So you need to figure out how to balance that. I can do this, and I'm going to stay here while you go do that. I need to read, I need to write, I need to draw. I love this. This is the Six of Swords. It's a card about a travel. And as you're planning this, looking at all of the possibilities, rate activities with an energy requirement. That's a good idea, because you've only got, well, and it's what you have, so many spoons of the day, and if you're out of spoons,
There you
then
go.
you can't do it. But this is really about traveling and moving on. It feels a little bit like you need to adjust your perspective on how this trip is going to be different than other trips that you have taken before. This is a different world. You're going to be wearing a mask the whole time. So, and that makes it a little different. Am I talking too much?
No,
Okay.
say what you
Um,
need to say.
and the other thing, Kristen, as I think about it, is look at this young lady here. She's got a book, and I wish I could see what it said, but oh, she's taking notes. Take notes about what you want to do. Take notes of what you want to experience, and how you can actually meet the devil when it shows up. You know your triggers. You know when you're starting to feel anxious, so prepare for that. Know the if you're starting to have some challenges being in the environment, know what you can do. So prepare for that. Put that into practice as well.
Exactly. So what I got is very similar. I got that it feels like a lot of work right now,
Mm-hmm.
and the itinerary is constantly changing with the wheel. But in the end, it should turn out to be an enjoyable trip. I also pulled a couple of oracle cards. First, I got the Shield Maiden.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's you. Make plans and focus. That's what's happening right now. But the peacekeeper comes in, and she says, let go of the need to be right. So it's exactly what Gerald was saying. You check your energy level, make sure that you are taking care of yourself and it's still enjoyable for you, and
Mm-hmm.
then let it go. If you don't want to, or if you don't need to see everything, but he still wants to, let him go.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you don't have to be right. He doesn't have to be right. Just everyone do what it will take to make all of you happy, so that it's an enjoyable trip for everyone.
Yeah, that's smart advice.
So that's what I got. It pretty much reiterated what Gerald had, is that
Well, and Kristen said she needs to research Amsterdam. That should help, of course. Try don't try to do all the things.
no, I wouldn't try to do all the things either. And your energy level is different.
Than
Each of you
Ray's.
has a
Yeah.
different energy level and a different interest. So
Hmm.
maybe you can plan something quiet while, tours of other places are happening. Or
Yeah. Well, and that's something that I learned is sometimes I had to adjust my perspective on a trip that I was going with a former partner. He wanted to go to Las Vegas. Bye, Anna Banana. He wanted to go to Las Vegas, and I wanted nothing to do with Las Vegas. But I adjusted it as I was going to enjoy seeing. Yes, I love that. Have a safe word. What seriously? That's a good thing.
it is a
Knowing
good
when you're
thing.
anxious, and both of you can do that.
Yes,
So,
that I
but
don't want to do this anymore. I need to go have some quiet
yeah,
time. And
yeah,
that would alleviate any discussion about it
yep.
in the
And
moment.
yeah, it just makes it okay. Kristen Louise, it's that idea that we learned about in that making space. I think there's cake in the refrigerator or something, which sort of lets everybody know, okay, we need a little bit of a break.
Mhm.
But anyhow, so I went to Vegas and I had a good time because I adjusted my perspective. I was going to enjoy watching my partner enjoy himself in
Yeah.
Vegas,
And
and that switch helped.
that's, I think that that's a perfectly valid activity.
Oh yeah,
That
yeah.
Oh, and Tangi said, "Be sure to remember your safe word."
Oh yeah.
So Joan said,
We used to plan in nookie naps on trip. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So
"Okay, let me see."
yeah, and the conversation is important to have while you're planning because then you're not in the midst of it. Because when you're in the midst of it, you can't do it. Do it early.
Right, and then that way emotions aren't involved either.
Yes, yes, that's very true. Yeah,
So
make that an appointment.
you don't want to start um, a tense situation over something that doesn't need to be.
Well said. Well said.
Manasa has to get back to work.
Okay.
Bye,
Bye,
Manasa.
Manasa.
You're welcome, Kristen Louise.
Yeah,
Okay, let me
you're
see.
welcome, Kristen Louise.
Tana has a question. Will I have the courage to trust in another relationship in abusive marriage for 20 years, divorced now, 21? Thank you. I want to just quickly tell Tana that I was in an abusive marriage for a very long time, and I've now been out of it for longer than I was in it. And I've been with my current partner for 21 years.
Mm,
So it is possible to learn to trust again.
hmm.
But let's find out what the cards say.
I'm going to frame this question a little differently with Tano's permission. I want to frame it of the how can Tana have the bye Ben
I did.
how
Thank you.
what can Tana do to make it okay for her to be in another relationship?
Excellent way to reframe the
Is
question.
how's that sound, Tana? Does that sound okay?
Is that all right, Tana? frankly, it takes courage to ask this question. If you have the
It
courage
does.
to ask this question, then courage is not your problem.
Yeah. Yeah. Donna, are you here?
Tana, let me see if I've seen her.
I can't do that thing in the chat where it populates on my phone.
Hang on, let me. All right, there may be an echo or a loop. Give me a second.
We're looping, we're looping.
Mm-hmm.
But I agree with you that it does take courage to even say that.
So, well, I am going to, since she asked this question and it's a sensitive question, I want to go ahead and answer it for her in case
Of
she
course.
doesn't,
Yeah.
in case she had to step away or
Of
she's
course.
going
Yeah.
to watch back. So,
Yeah. Okay. So I'm looking at this in the sense of, again, for entertainment purposes only.
yes, I have.
What? Yeah, I see that you have that. But what can Shauna do um, to do that? I think. I have the Three of Pentacles, which is suggesting to me that anytime you're trying to do something new or you're trying to get better at something, it takes work. Is that the same card?
It is.
I love that when that happens. How's that for an exclamation point? Um, and I think so because what is underneath that card is the Magician. And you have the power and you have the control and you know where you're going to put your energy. So make sure that you put a little energy on things for yourself. Be careful of spending too much time dreaming of what things could be. You know, because that takes you out of your. Oh, Tana is here. It takes you out of the being in the moment. You can dream a little bit and wonder. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. It is matched with the Eight of Pentacles, which is a card about a continued ongoing practice. And I love how so far out of four cards, I have this is a mastery card, getting better at it, and this is the practice card. So this takes practice. Eight of Cups, you really have to leave that past relationship go. You have to let it go. You have to let go of what there's a lot of emotion attached to that. Some of it's your emotion and you need to let it go, but you also have to let go and move on so that you can make space for something new. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles, which is suggests to me, don't try to jump into a relationship. I know you've been divorced for 21 years, but you know, enjoy the getting to know somebody new and enjoy getting to know what you are like in a healthy relationship and one that is fulfilling. So
Joan's asking what deck are you using?
I'm using the Tarot of Feeling. So Tarot of Feeling, I'm doing a deck casual with it on Tuesday. So I I hope that makes sense, Tana. So
Well, I got that you're feeling left out in the cold. That there's judgment around this, and there is judgment around it because you had to flee a situation.
Mm-hmm.
Feel like you're leaning on the sword of justice, and it was all illusions and delusions.
Mm-hmm.
But what you're hoping for is a happy home. With that work, you can put in that plan, make the plan, and don't just take whoever comes along. You aren't going to, of course, you're not rebounding because it's been some time. Some time has passed. So you don't
Mm-hmm.
have to worry about that you're going to jump into a relationship just because you lost one. Take that journey,
Mm-hmm.
and that you should end up on high ground after doing the work. Uh, I pulled a clarifier, and I got the shapeshifter, transform and unveil your gifts. So
Mm.
you have taken this time and put the work in on yourself. And once you feel confident in yourself, then you will attract the kind of partner that you will be comfortable with, one that
Yes.
you deserve,
Mm-hmm.
one that will appreciate your gifts.
Yes. And you have to appreciate your own gifts before you can let someone else appreciate them. And I've said this before, and I will continue to say it. Yes, and please always remember to love yourself first, as you are worthy. Yes,
Absolutely.
I've said this before, and I will constantly say it. Is relationships are 100% from both sides. It
Absolutely.
takes it takes hard work. And I am a firm believer that when you start new relationships, whether they be romantic, they be working relationships, friendships, that you start off telling and being clear on what it is you need
Absolutely.
and how somebody is impacting you, how what specifically they're doing that makes you feel good. Because if you start right at the beginning of the relationship saying, this is what I need and this is what I hear from you and this makes me feel good, it it establishes a solid foundation of how that relationship's going to be. I hope that made sense.
It
Don't wait
did.
for, yeah, oh, I'm going to wait 6 months, I'm going to date this person for 6 months and then I'm going to tell them, by the way, when you leave your soda bottle sitting on the coffee table, it drives me nuts. Do it early on, because then that the relationship is based on fact
Exactly. And
and
if
deep
you get
facts.
a red flag, it's a red flag. It's time to end that one. And
Or it's time to actually address that red flag.
yes, yes, it's possible to address it and work through it. So
Yes.
only you will be able to make that decision, but
Hmm.
you will go in with your eyes open. And so on the bottom of the
Exactly.
deck, I got the sun card.
Love that.
So it's in your hands. Hi, Wendy. Wendy's here. I don't understand work. Okay, it's hard for me to leave my house.
Relationships take effort,
They do.
and expect that. And it's like if you garden, you have to weed, you have to do all of these things. When you cook, you have to take time to prepare the food. So,
So you've had a bad example of what not to do. So this time you have control over the situation.
mhm,
You're not being
yeah,
controlled. So that's
hmm,
where the work comes in.
yeah,
You are the one that can make the decision. So if it's too much of a red flag, if it's something that triggers a memory of what happened in your abusive relationship, then maybe that's something you don't want to work through.
Yeah.
If it's something like rolling the toothpaste or squeezing the toothpaste from the middle instead of rolling it from the bottom, if it's something like that, that is a thing you can work through. If it's a disagreement on how to handle a situation, that's something you can work through. If
Mm-hmm.
if you see abusive behavior, that is not
Yeah.
something you want to work through.
Yeah. And Tana, I am a firm believer in sometimes seeking professional assistance for someone who has some skills and knowledge to reflect back what they're hearing. Sometimes you need that fresh view to
Mm-hmm.
help, and that's you're worth it. And I'm a firm believer that if you really care about yourself, you get help. If your body is hurting, you go see a doctor. If your heart is
Exactly.
hurting, your emotions are hurting, go visit a counselor. So,
Exactly. And Sherry's point that a lot of times people have annoying habits and don't realize they're having it.
hmm,
A loving, non accusatory conversation can make the difference. So if
yep,
something's really bugging you, but it's not a major thing, if you address it early on, then it doesn't build up until it
yep,
becomes like a trigger point, and one day you just
yep,
fly off the handle and say something you really didn't mean. So,
right, yes, yeah.
so um, it's
Donna, I hope that helps.
yes, and I don't ever think you don't have the courage. You absolutely have the courage.
Hmm. Yeah, that's strength. That's a lot
Yeah.
of courage. That's making it through.
And I know for a fact the longer you stay, the harder it is to leave.
Hmm.
And you become codependent on that relationship because you don't know you you're told you can't get out, that you'll never have anything, you'll never be anything. You get all this negative talk and it starts to rattle around in your head, but it's not true. It's not
Yes.
true. So just surviving it and being out for 21 years is a major accomplishment, and you have
Hmm.
all the courage you need.
Yes. Yeah. And yeah, believe your judgment as you go through this. So
Mhm.
yeah, that's
It's
powerful. Thanks for sharing so much, Deb. That's very kind of you. Thank you.
I'm kind of an open book.
Well, thank you. Thank
And
you.
I don't, you know, at some point I'm going to address that on my channel and my stories, but
Hmm.
uh, I'm not ready yet. So we will see.
Good. You know when you're ready. I think that's perfect. So,
So,
but yeah.
yeah. All right. Let's see. I think that's all the questions we had. Would anyone like to ask a question, or did I miss any questions? Would you like a card? Let's see. Oh, thanks, Tangi. Thank you.
Do you want a card?
You want a card?
I don't know. I'm asking people in chat.
Oh.
I'm being a smart ass.
So,
Oh, am I allowed to say the word ass
you
as
can
in
say
smart
anything you want to.
as it relates to me? I don't
I'm, and if I talk too long, I will turn into one for sure.
know.
Joan would like a card. Wait just a second, Joan. I'll be right back. Let me
Hmm.
see. Learning what my gifts are, trying. Okay, I've not been in any relationship. Well, don't give yourself time to discover it.
There you go. So what are your gifts? Start with some of the obvious ones. So
Yes.
simple ones that we may take for granted. Oh, shut up. I'm talking too much.
No, you're
Okay.
not.
Joan
Joan.
would like a card.
Yes. Wait. There it is. There it is.
Joan, I got the Queen of Pentacles for you. And look at this card. Look how this queen is standing tall. She is surrounded by the lovely woods. She is in her element. She is regal. She's royal. She ain't going to take no crap from anyone. And so I think this beautiful message here is when you are in your element, know you are in your element. And come on, doesn't she look regal? I mean, she's all that, I think.
And commanding.
And commanding, and this is not someone you're going to mess with. She's approachable, but she's also not going to suffer fools lightly.
No.
So, and okay, so Joan B, the other thing I would say is wear something that makes you feel solid and powerful.
Yes.
So there you go, Joan.
All right.
Yeah, Joan can smell the environment there in that card. It's true.
I'm looking for my glasses. There they are. I have this oracle deck that I can't see the writing on it. Okay, I got Angela Carter, Identity.
Oh, this is the Literary Witch.
It is. The Literary Witch. Her keyword is identity, but then the surrounding keywords are investigating identity, roles, and who are you? So, Joan, you might want to think about who you perceive yourself to be. And I think that goes along with Gerald's card, the Queen of Pentacles.
It really does, because if who you perceive yourself to be is not who you want to be or who you are, then change what you're doing. Change what you wear, change the way you do your hair.
So, yes. And it doesn't have to be a huge change. You don't have to dye your hair purple. Just make small changes and see what happens. And then maybe you want to make a big change.
Yeah.
Tana said, don't sweat the small stuff. That's good advice for everyone.
Yeah. Tana also said, I've been in counseling all of my life. Well, I would also tell the counselor, here's what I'd like to work on. What specifically can we do with that? So let the counselor know that you want to focus on something else. I'm nodding yes. Small changes can help us grow. Yeah.
Absolutely. And it can set you in a direction you might like to go that you hadn't thought of before. It's an adventure.
It is.
Okay.
Love that.
Junosphere. Juno would like a message.
Okay.
Tana said all the strength she had to leave. Yes, absolutely.
Well, it's funny because for Juno, I got strength. And I think, Juno, all right, I'll just be blunt. Juno, you know exactly what this is referring to. And as I'm looking at this, you have this lion that is showing its teeth and sending a very clear message out to people around. Oh, and look, if I hold it right, that could be my head. See? I've turned into the lion's head. But, Juno, I think, I just get a feeling you know what this means. You know where you have to set your boundaries. You know how you have to persevere, and you have to protect the things that are important to you. Is that true, Juno Sphere? So,
So, what I got kind of goes along with Gerald's. First, I got Amara the Minahune. I hope I'm saying that right. Aloha healing. Okay, so Juno, you know you are a healer. You know you are a healer. Then I got the fairy of the green world. The natural world needs you. So we need what you're doing. You absolutely are an essential part of what's happening now. I'm kind of have the fairy of the green world is my head now.
yes,
So,
you do. I love that.
so, you are you have so much knowledge about nature and about the way things work and the way energies work, which leads you to the lantern fairy, a clear solution. So you are putting everything in order so this solution comes out. You are making a difference. Your energy is needed. Your knowledge is needed. And you are on the path and sharing it in a way that will it will be a great benefit.
I meant to type in Juno sphere, and for some reason it said Junai sphere, but you're welcome, Juno sphere. So
you're welcome, Juno. I know you're working really hard, and you're I feel like you're a little unsure about it, but you got this.
yeah, just keep doing it. We get better all the time.
And maybe someday you'll even feel like showing us more than your hands.
And if you don't, that's fine.
That is fine. That is fine. Whatever you're comfortable with.
You got it.
I just shared a picture of my gargoyle holding a lantern yesterday. Oh, the lantern fairy.
Oh, nice. Nice. Love that. Do we have anybody else who wants a card?
Anyone else? I'll tell you what.
I saw Tana asked if we had a message from their mom. You're welcome, Juno Sphere.
Tana asked for a message?
From her mom.
I don't... Oh, there it is. Okay.
Sorry, if you see me looking down, I'm looking at my phone. So, okay. Your mom is reminding you the importance of having daydreams and to be creative and to think about the things that are around. Give yourself permission to daydream a little bit, and it comes with the importance of knowing when to put those daydreams into action. So the message is, when do you, don't stop wondering and dreaming and being curious, because sooner or later you're going to need to take this from just an idea into making it a reality, if you'd like. So I hope that makes some sense from your mom. Oops, I just dropped all my cards. Oh.
And I got, there's a sense of nostalgia. I got so that's the Six of Cups and things the way they used to be. But there's all of that emotion is coming forward, and it's all happiness because she wants you to be, to know how proud she is and how happy she is that you have come so far, that you're taking care of your needs now.
Mm.
And the Sky Father, trust in the unknown.
Mm.
Trust the universe is leading you in the right way, because that happiness is right there in your grasp. All you have to do is reach out and take it. And to be happy in yourself, to not have to worry about what someone else
Mm-hmm.
thinks that you should have, what someone else thinks of. You're the purveyor of your own happiness. Nobody
Mm-hmm.
can tell you.
Yes.
Just keep trusting.
Yeah.
Trust. That's a hard thing to do sometimes.
It is. And it takes time to learn
It
how to do
absolutely
that.
does.
And so,
So Juno
oh,
said that
nice.
I was told by Ra Hasha the other day that I was a priestess in ancient Egypt and was in charge of caring for the temple cats.
I love that.
Well, that's a job that would be really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Taking care of the
Yeah,
temple cats.
of course. Yeah. Wow. Gosh. Lovely. Look at that. So, that's great. Wow, this has been wonderful. Oh, yeah.
Juno
Past
said,
life to time.
I feel that the strength card you just showed me has to do with that, to draw upon my past life strength and energy.
Yep.
That strength
I would
card.
agree.
Mm-hmm.
I would agree. I would agree. Yeah. Amazing.
Well, Gerald, tell us again what you have coming up.
Well, eventually, when we get done here, Deb H and I are going to Purple Elephant Deb H, and I are going to figure out when she's going to be on my channel. And Monday, I have a casual coming up, and then Monday late afternoon, I am with Ginger Faye, Tarot and Divine Musings. I'm a guest. And then Tuesday, I am a guest on Jonathan Daly's channel, and I'm doing readings with Jonathan and Betsy Palmer.
That'll be fun.
It will. That'll be fun. And then I have on Tuesday late afternoon, I have a deck casual with Andy the Wildflower, who created the Tarot Feeling, Crochet Witch Tarot, and Jamie of Wandering Mountain Bardic Path. So like and subscribe so you can see that. And I've got stuff coming up on Friday and Saturday too of this week. Time to
Juno said
roar and
instead of meow. I think that is absolutely what you need to do, is roar.
Yep, and roar in the proper direction. So don't
Yeah.
just roar for roaring purposes. Roar appropriately.
You know that when a lion is hunting, he roars into the ground so that the sound emanates and flushes out the prey.
I didn't know that.
Well, now you do.
Now I do.
So that the prey is frightened and runs away, so you can catch it.
Yes.
And so maybe that's what you need to do. Maybe you need to unleash that roar.
Isn't there a Katy Perry song, something about roar, or
I
is
think
it
there
roar?
is. I'm not very good with pop music.
I'm not either,
So,
nor movies. So, as Tangi and Ben will tell you.
so, and then next week, or the Sunday this week, I have Melinda False Teeth Real Tarot and her sister
Hmm.
Michelle. And then Tuesday, I have Scott Scorpio Sun
Scorpio
Tarot.
Sun Tarot. Hmm.
And then Friday next week, I have Thayer will be with me in the afternoon. And I think I might have something coming up with Allie on the 28th on Thursday. But it will be
Great.
on her channel, I think.
Which is Heart and Soul
Heart and
Connected.
Soul Connected. And that will be a chat about the month, I believe.
Okay.
There will be several
Fun.
different content creators involved.
Fun.
So,
So beautiful.
all right.
Yay.
I
Thanks,
enjoyed having
everybody.
you on so much, Gerald. This was so
Thank
much
you.
fun. Thank you, everyone, for coming, and thank you for your questions and for
Hmm.
trusting us to answer them. Um,
Yes, thank you.
and
Beautiful.
I want to say I love you all, and you're all beautiful beings. And we will see you the next time.
Bye.